Age-related macular degeneration, as the name suggests, is associated with the process of aging. Onset usually occurs at about 60 years of age. It affects over 1.5 million Canadian seniors. Year after year, AMD accounts for 90% of Canadians registered as legally blind. Once the degenerative progression of dry AMD begins, there is very little that can be done to help people. Diagnosis often begins when an individual in their late 50s notices a decline in their ability to see at night and a change in their overall visual acuity. They go to their eye care professional, expecting to be told they need a correction in their glasses. Instead, they are told they are at the start of a progressive disease that will eventually rob them of their vision, quality of life, and their independence. The patient will also learn there is very little that can be done to prevent the onset or progression of the disease. Every AMD patient progresses through the stages of the disease at different speeds, but for all too many AMD patients, the outcome is the same: life-altering vision loss.
I've been heavily dependent on glasses all my life. 3.5 years ago, my doctor tells me that I have macular degeneration. Dry, but macular. And my grandmother had it, and other members of the family had it, so obviously I inherited the likelihood of having it. In my business, if I lose my vision, I lose my livelihood.
Oh, I always wished I had better eyesight. I was a teacher in high school, and I taught for a total of 40 years. I felt maybe I was cheating the kids a little bit because I was slower in evaluations and things of that nature. Of course, since then I've resorted to magnifying glasses, and that takes a whole lot more time. I think it developed as I got older, and then I was recommended to see a retinal specialist. The retinal specialist said, there's nothing we can do for you. It was what it was.
I ended up with a dry macular. Reading, I can't read very much. Reading is just about gone. You know, even with the left eye being strong, reading is finished. I don't know how anybody can cope with no vision.
Age-related macular degeneration occurs when the high metabolic photoreceptor cells in the macula portion of the retina cease to function effectively. The photoreceptor cells of the macula have an extremely high metabolic rate. Approximately 10% of the cells die off daily. In a healthy macula, those cells are absorbed by the surrounding cells and transported. With AMD patients, those cells are not transported. They build up on the macula and eventually deteriorate the macula to the point of no central vision. This loss of central vision prevents people from driving, reading, watching television, participating in most physical activities, recognizing their friends' and families' faces, and independent living. In April 2021, Nova Oculus Canada completed the first statistically significant clinical trial ever done using microcurrent to restore the function of photoreceptor cells stunned by the progression of AMD. Our trial showed an average of 8 letters of improvement on the standard ETDRS chart. No patient in the treatment group saw a decline in this progressive disease, but a decline was noted in the placebo group. Our Health Canada approved clinical trial was monitored by the Western Ethics Review Board. The primary investigator was Dr. Kevin Parkinson, a highly respected retinal specialist in Vancouver, British Columbia. The treatment is simple. It is performed in your eye care professional's office. Nothing touches the eye or enters the eye. During our clinical trial, many patients fell asleep during the treatment. The treatment is delivered in a few sessions of around 30 minutes each. The effects of the treatment are immediate, but need to be repeated every 3 to 6 months to maintain optimum acuity recovery.
I told everybody that I'm in this study and that it's painless.
You don't have to do a lot of special prep for it. You know, there's so many procedures, medical procedures, where you have to either starve yourself or do this or do that. You don't have to do any of that.
There's no discomfort at all. You just experience these light flashes like stars.
Half an hour later, when it was all through, I was amazed when you get out to the car and I could read license plates. I didn't think it could affect that fast.
I noticed an improvement in it, and things were clearer and better.
Amazingly, after each treatment, I just found a tremendous amount of more sight coming in.
My eyesight was so much better, just in that short time, within a half an hour.
After the treatment was finished, I went in to see my regular eye doctor for glasses, and she prescribed new glasses that were not as strong as the ones I'd been wearing.
The whole trial was so easy, period. I would recommend it 100%.
At this point, the Nova Oculus treatment is under review by Health Canada. While our data was beyond our expectations in terms of efficacy, the true value of the treatments was articulated by our primary investigator in the trial summary document.
In my opinion, the Nova Oculus device's ability to positively alter the course of potentially millions of Canadians' lives cannot be overstated. As a painless and portable device without any known side effects or drawbacks, I look forward to the day when I can offer it to my patients and spread the word of its efficacy to my colleagues and the Canadian public.